And now we lost our women, so we can't even, you know what I'm saying? The fight is harder than it was 10, 20 years ago.
Nah, you right. You right. I'm looking to pull up this video because I posted it to our Instagram, Savage Planet Podcast, at us. And hold on, let me pull it up right now. Cause he says some real stuff and people be
Who says some real stuff?
CharlestonWhite, watch, I'm gonna pull it up right now. People be, cause he said some like disrespectful stuff about Nipsey and the gang culture and stuff, and people be trying to hate on it, but he be saying some real shit. He be saying some real shit. Hold on, I'm gonna start it right now. Let's see what he said.
Nigga, you ain't seen me, my nigga.
Hold on, here we go.
See, this what get me, my nigga. You ain't seen a rapper say nothing about that white boy. That 18-year-old white boy shot them 10 black people. Let that have been 10 King Vons. They'll be tearing up Buffalo. It was 10 innocent older people that an 18-year-old white boy drove 4 hours away to intentionally go kill black people with the word "nigger" wrote on his gun. Ain't no rapper mad about nothing. Ain't nobody saying what's his mama's address. Ain't nobody trying to find out where his cousin them live. Nobody, homie. So that's what get me about these niggas. They so gang and so gangster. So we got 18-year-old niggas that's killing. Look what they 18-year-old people killing for. They rape. Our 18-year-old niggas just killing. I don't do nothing. They 18-year-old ways now. They 18-year-old kill 10 hours. We'll kill 12 hours and won't kill none of it.
What you think about that?
It's the truth. So what do you do now when you know that? That our race is behaving like suckers.
Well, shit. I think it's gonna get to a point where it's like enough is enough. And because a lot of times, like the good people, they don't want to get involved, you know, and they stay out the way, but it's getting to the point now where it's like, all right, like we're over it, you know. Because for me, I think a lot of this.
We're over it? What do you mean we're over it?
Like, to me, I think a lot of this stems from the way how we vote, how we, you know, look at politics and power and stuff like that, and the fact that the Democratic Party ain't shit, and more people is, you know, is not going for it. I think it's gonna, like, you know, snowball into more people being aware and awake, you know what I'm saying, and doing something different as opposed to continuing to do the same thing.
Trying to do anything politically is part of doing the same old thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think a lot of black people are going for the political thing anymore. Especially,
right. But they're not going for the political thing, and they're not replacing it with anything else. It's now just nothing.
I mean, I think that's going to be inevitably the next move, right? Like, first you stop fucking with them, and then you figure out, all right, now what are we going to do next?
No, by then you have a cyberlink in your head.
By then you have what?
Cyberlink in your head.
I mean,
you chipped up.
So then, according to that, then you don't do shit. No, you still got to do shit, because there's going to be people that resist the cyberlink. You can't not do shit. At no point can you never just not do shit.
So I don't have the answer, but I know that it's not enough of a conversation. And when it is a conversation, people are not interested in it.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta wait till.
So that means that the chipping up of everybody is gonna happen.
No, that doesn't mean that.
Yes, it does. If there is no conversation, then you don't know there's a problem, and then you can't come up with a solution.
But see, I think I don't think that's necessarily true. Like I don't think that I think there's more people that's aware than you think. I think there's more.
There are people who was aware. I absolutely believe that. Not enough.
You can't determine that. You can't determine if that is not enough.
Why?
Because the fact that there's something there, that means that there's a possibility to make change. If there's nothing there, that means it's totally and utter defeat. It's like when the body gets sick, you have the immune system trying to fight it off, right? Now, the sickness could be stronger than the immune system initially, right? And the immune system could just give up, like, fuck it, this shit is too strong. But the immune system has to constantly fight, because it's like, if not, then inevitably it's gonna be death. So it's like, you gotta keep up some type of fight to give yourself a chance. The odds is definitely stacked against us, and by all intents and purposes, we should lose. But in that same respect, we'd have been died off, because they try any and everything to kill us. So the fact that you still have some people fighting is the reason why we still fucking here. You know what I'm saying? Because they did the press. They was like, no, we need to get rid of all of them, and they still try to do that.
They don't want to kill you off. They could have been done that.
No, they
make as much profit in your dying.
But I'm talking about physically and culturally. You know what I'm saying?
Culturally, we're dead. Culturally,
but we're still fighting. We're still fighting.
It's a useless fight.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not a.
Yeah, I know that sounds hopeless, right? That sounds hopeless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But what does the evidence suggest?
The evidence suggests that it's not a useless fight, because we're still here fighting. That means something is working, because if we're not still fighting, then that means it's over. The fact that
what does over look like?
Over looks like,
it looks like what we in now.
No, because see, over looks like we're not even having these conversations. Like
it's always going to be.
No, understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about these conversations don't even happen with us. It means that all black people, or most black people, like, we trying to be scammers. Like, we not trying to elevate, evolve. Over looks like we just want to work for the white man. We not trying to do anything else. You know what I mean? That's over. Over means we all trying to butter up to the powers that be and try to conform to the society. That's what over means. When you still got a large group of people that's like, fuck this shit, that's still fighting.
Fuck this shit and what?
What you mean?
They say fuck this shit and then do what?
They say fuck this shit and they keep saying fuck this shit. They don't just lay down.
So so they just are spitting sound vibrations into the air with no physical change.
I mean, that's what has to happen for now, because they're too powerful for, in a sense, it to be anything else. But the fact that voice is still there, right? The fact that the voice is still there means that we don't know when or what time. It means that the possibility of change can happen. When there's no voice,
what does change look like?
What does change look like?
Yeah.
Change looks like when we start doing everything, when we start being self-sufficient, right? More self-sufficient. Because even if, no matter how more self-sufficient we become, we still living in this country where there's a dominant society. But when we get to a point where we control our own communities, have our own communities, building families, right? Having our own infrastructure, having our own networks, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying.
I wish those things to be a reality. but I have lost hope.
I get that. I get that. But
Because of the people who's not going to click this video or view this video, I've lost hope.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's like even if you lost hope, you still gotta fight. Because there's been times where I lost hope, but
I lost hope in the people, not like in life. But
but that's me. That's what I'm saying. Me too.
Yeah.
But
because now our women are monsters. So where's we going from here? It's getting worse. It ain't getting better.
But see, this is what I'm saying. You even said it earlier. Not all our women are monsters.
No, not all. I'm not talking about all.
And I think there's less monsters than you think. Well, I don't know. We need to see a percentage of that. But I know that since Kevin,
like, they get showing us the ones online who's the monsters. There's a whole bunch of chicks who's in agreement with checking their female counterparts.
That's well, from what I saw, a lot of women started to come out, like women that I never seen before, that's talking about, nah, y'all bugging up with this Kevin Samuels stuff. So, like, his message, right, funny enough, has spread even wider since his death.
Yeah, I kind of see that.
Right, and then more people. It's like like when you cut off the Hydra head and two more pop up, right? Because now it's more of us on the net now, like, because now because I feel like I gotta go harder now, because it's like, okay, y'all trying to squash the message, but we all agreed with him, right? Like, all of us, the ones that we all agreed. So we're gonna show you that we agree, because y'all trying to act like nobody was messing with him like that, or he was an outlier. So now people are starting to show, like, no, we fuck with Kevin Samuels. You know, and I'm seeing that more. Even my nephew, he was like, yo, I remember you just put me on to Kevin Samuels, and it's crazy that he died. And I'm like, yeah. So now he's going to look at all of Kevin Samuels' videos. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the message is spreading. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I see. And I see that as a positive. It's like, it's not concentrated in one space anymore, right? Now it's in all of these different spaces where people is like, why y'all bugging on Kevin Samuels like that? But let me look him up. And then they look him up and be like, wait a minute. Y'all, you know, so that's the positive thing that I see.
That's a good thing that's happening.
And all attempts of them trying to disparage him in his death have fallen flat. Like, all of the rumors and stuff that they tried to say about him, all of them have been debunked. So his legacy and his name is still good.